I'm Jessie Justice, and this is XCW Recall.
Hi guys, welcome back with another episode of Recall. I am your host, Venom. For today's episode, we're talking about Jessie Justice. No, Jessie Justice would go on to face Psycho Circus Clown at Full Throttle 2012 for the Extreme Championship. You know, Jesse's all about mind games, and Jesse playing all these mind games with Psycho Circus Clown, that's what he used to his advantage to face Psycho Circus Clown and beat Psycho Circus Clown for his first title. You know, let's get on to it and watch it with Jessie Justice.
Alright, here we are, rewatching your first singles championship win all the way back from 2012 at Extreme King. You're going one-on-one with the champion, Fletch, and you guys had quite a bit of stuff going on leading into this. You playing a lot of mind games. I think it was really the first introduction for what your character would end up being, where, you know, Herbert was really starting to come into play in your character and telling you, you know, controlling your thoughts and stuff as a character. So what can you remember most from, you know, the lead into this match and working with Fletch, such an early point in your career in XCW?
It was a lot of learning for me, learning to bring the character out, not just for promos or anything, but for actual matches. I remember the promos were the kidnapping and the
writing letters and crayons.
It was a start to what brought my true character out.
Held that belt for an extremely long time.
Now, not only are you winning your first singles championship, which is a pretty big deal to begin with, you're going against the owner of the company, the guy who's leading the charge. I mean, literally the guy who created XCW. Does that make the match and the win any more special for the fact that you're going against Fletch versus going against anyone else?
It does, because it felt like I was getting a great opportunity. Holy shit. It made me feel like I had a bigger opportunity, like he had more faith in me than putting me with a lower card person.
No. Apple juice. Coming to James Three-Way is a referee.
Makes us look skinnier.
Got it from a mental hospital.
Yeah.
Herbert telling to do it? Probably.
Yeah, I'm always thankful when I'm out there with somebody like that.
Seems like a fair trade.
So here we go, one-on-one. And I think that you and I really hadn't had a chance to work prior to this. So this was pretty cool, especially on one of the biggest shows of XCW's year. And here we are, one-on-one for the Extreme Championship. And what's going to be your first championship win?
I don't know, he's motioning something.
So I know a lot of people differ in how they feel when it comes to championship title wins, especially singles championship wins. How much did it mean to you to finally get a singles championship? I believe this was your rookie year. So to come in your rookie year, knock off one of the biggest stars in the show, and win the championship, you know, that just proves that the company has some confidence in you. Is that the way you take it?
I did. Coming in.
Oh, and there's a kick from Fletch. Oh, and there's a hard shot to the head.
Watching wrestling, per se, for a while. I was brought in by Brandon Hobbs. And at first, I was
both of these two men
I was just doing this for fun, but I kind of fell in love with it, even though
already seen
I may not be like the average person on the roster that watches wrestling or
in the first match
or even
Cerebral winning World Championship. That is.
At first, it was more of a
That was
character
really
thing
good.
for me.
Ever.
And then gradually, my
Triple threat.
wrestling got so much
Yes,
better.
that
Oh, no kicks to the side.
match was hard. I don't even know how those men survived.
And within your first couple of years in XCW, I mean, you got to work with the likes of some of the biggest stars that XCW's ever had, and Fletch and
It's like
Corey Lee and Hazard and all those guys. You got to have a death match with Hazard
Jessie Justice broke the hold.
a few years
Was really
later.
good at the back.
There's even the better side effect, which is a nod to Fletch, who does the original side effect.
And a lot of people don't know, but for some reason, I could not get that move down at the beginning.
Out.
I would always spin the wrong way.
No.
What was that, like 2 and 15/16 right there?
Why are you using fractions like that?
I love fractions.
And this was a unique show as well because this wasn't our actual location at the time. We did a one-off event here. We were actually wrestling over on Mildred Street at the time. And we did this one-off show as my mom was having a graduation party for my sister. So I'm literally out here at the show, and my sister's graduation party's going on at my mom's house I'm not even at. So it
Going for it.
shows a little bit of dedication or stupidity on my part, whichever.
All sorts of
You can see
twisted and
right off the bat some rookie
See his neck
mistakes.
torque on that?
Yeah, it kind of turned in the wrong way on a flipping neck breaker.
Brutal.
he broke his neck. He broke his freaking neck.
I don't think so because he's walking around, but pretty damn close.
Thanks. Thank you. I'm gonna start calling you Captain Buzzkill.
Those mattresses were really hard to keep your footing on.
It was, yeah. It made it harder to do moves like that where I was attempting a body slam and lost my footing and then end up in a frontward fallaway slam, which looked okay. I think we found a way to make it work. But yeah, it was a little more difficult to work on the mattresses than it was
Okay.
working like in the ring.
No, that's why it's
Even though the big mattress
Jessie
seemed
Justice
like
blocked a punch.
soft, it was dead in the center of that mattress.
Yeah, you hit
His
ground.
face was driven into the mat.
into the mat.
So, your initial thoughts, like we said, this is your rookie season. You had just come into XCW. You were pretty fresh.
Here's another fraction, 2 3/4.
And you talked about how you didn't really watch wrestling much. You,
I say it just for
you
your
know,
benefit now.
you were doing this, you brought in by Brandon Hobbs, and you're just kind of doing this for fun.
Good.
What was your initial thought on XCW? Was this something you were going to do long term, or were you just going to do short term? You mentioned that you kind of fell in love with it. What was your immediate approach to XCW at this time?
My first time viewing backyard wrestling, it was not an XCW.
Herbert does not
Sanquin,
Wait a minute. Did I just see Herbert?
how would I say
He's
this?
over there by the apple
It
tree.
wasn't
I've seen him.
XCW.
Wait,
It
you've seen
was,
him too?
I believe, ran by Justin Parsley.
Oh!
And the first match I ever seen was a Chris Jones match. And what got me into it was, as I was sitting in the fans,
Suicide effect.
he came, didn't even know me, and
Oh, there's a Baldo.
he berated me like he knew me for years. And
1, 2, 3. There it is.
Oh!
Uh-oh, could this be it?
After recalling this match for the first time
Penny won.
in nearly 10 years, what's your overall thought?
Got the job done.
thank God I've
No
gotten
way.
better.
Here is your winner.
But stays the test of time. Your first championship ever in XCW. Now, as we sit now, you're the XCW champion. It's a big jump in 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
As you guys could see just right then, Jessie Justice won the Extreme Championship in a very hard-fought match. He used all the kind of tricks that he had in his playbook. He used all the mind games to beat him. That's all we have for today, guys. See you in the next episode.